and I'm here with the 4th episode of A Guide to TerraFirmaCraft. In this episode, you will learn how to create a crucible, also some steel, fire clay, and a blast furnace. But first, we have to figure out how to make a quern and a handstone. You're going to need these to create some graphite powder and some kaolite powder, which you need for fire clay, which you need for fire bricks, which you need for a blast furnace. You're also going to need a crucible for a blast furnace, so make sure to make 2 of those instead of 1 when I get to that. So go ahead and grab yourself some regular stone. I'll teach you how to get regular stone in just a second, but I wanted to let you guys know I accidentally left out the audio, the stereo audio for my recording, so I'm actually narrating this and there is no block sound, so I'll have to put some really awkwardly toned music under, like the undertone of my voice. Yeah, so listen to that for a second while I explain this. To get regular stone, you need to detach all blocks from the center block. So like this, and then you take out whatever blocks are attached to it, and there you go. Now you have your own piece of stone. You're going to need 3 of these, so make sure you're pretty well stocked. What's next? Okay, I needed to create smooth stone. You're going to need smooth stone. So go ahead and grab yourself a hammer and a chisel and go over to any stone source and, oh right, that's how you create a handstone. Go ahead and go over to any stone source, grab your hammer and your chisel, and I'll teach you how to do that. So go ahead, grab your hammer and your chisel for the 4th time. Remember, it's a hammer and a chisel. I say this a lot because some people forget you actually need a hammer for it. So notice in the bottom right corner, if you click M, it will change what block type you use when you right click with the chisel. So go ahead and right click on 3 blocks and mine those out. Don't worry, they are no longer considered stone blocks, so when you dig out all around them, they still are standing and they don't pop off like they would with any other material. Oh, you can also chisel them like pixel by pixel, which I thought was amazing, so yeah, that's really cool. Go ahead and put your chisel and hammer away. Now that you have smooth stone, you can actually start making your quern. So there's your quern base. You're going to use your quern base and place it, and then you're going to put your handstone inside of it, and you're going to need some kaolite afterwards. So go around, look on the ground, see if you can find some kaolite. If you thought it was not important earlier, that really sucks, so you're going to have to go and find some of that. Once you're done finding some kaolite, you're also going to need some graphite, so go look for a graphite source before you continue this video. Graphite is usually around mountains, so go ahead and put your kaolite in there. Right click that wood thing and keep right clicking, like hold down right click and wait a second, because you're not going to be able to open it right away. It has to finish grinding and grinding and grinding. So I'll be back when that thing is done. So here we are with our kaolite powder. You're actually going to need quite a bit more of this, so make sure you make a ton. Other than that, you're going to need some graphite powder. Graphite powder is used also to make the fire clay, so make sure you stock up on that also. If you find a source of graphite, make sure, I mean make absolute sure, you have this marked. Got it? Good. Okay. Also, for this video, you're going to need some flux. Make sure you have a good, healthy source of flux, because honestly, you are going to need that stuff. I gotta set the time today. Come on, let's do this. Stupid grindstone. There we go. Okay, so get a crap ton of graphite powder. This is going to take you a long time. You're going to go through a lot of handstones, so hopefully you made it out of some good material. Yeah, now you're regretting making it out of claystone. Okay, so go ahead and grab yourself some clay and pop your kaolite powder in there, just like I do. Just put it around the edges and put your graphite in the empty spaces. And there you go, 16 fire clay. I believe you need 7 of these in order to create a crucible. So go ahead and right click with at least 7 in your hand and mark out the middle 3 layers up to the top, and with 1 layer from the bottom. There you go, and now you have a crucible. So I'm going to figure out how the heck you work this thing, and I'll be right back. So it turns out you actually need to place it above a forge. So go ahead and activate your forge and whatever you need to do and place your crucible right on top of it. It's kind of funny how all these machines fit together. When I figured out how the crucible works, which shouldn't be too long now, like, I don't know, 10 minutes. It actually works pretty similar to the way the Crucible works. I did say, what's the word? I kind of forgot what the thing was called. We don't need to know that right now. It's a thing for iron, so I'm gonna figure out how this thing works really quick, and I will be back. Okay, so you're gonna need some bellows. You can take it from that thing we made in, what was it, episode 1, 2? 2, I believe it was, yeah, 2. So go ahead and take your bellows out and place them next to this crucible. You can use one. It is essential, I mean essential, to get these bellows. Otherwise, you'll just be smelting metal all day long and all day night. So it's just so much easier to keep these on hand. I believe you can create alloys in this, but I'll have to check that out. So you place your metals in the top right of it, and it puts it in there. You would put your mold in the bottom right. So if you're, for say, you're putting copper in there, you want to get a ceramic mold and put your mold in the bottom right of it. I don't know if you can do two molds, but I suppose you could find out if you wanted to. But I believe it works the same way that it would if you were using a vessel. So yeah, that's how that works. For the next thing, you're going to need some wrought iron sheets. To be specific, you're going to need some wrought iron double sheets. So go ahead and make 8. Oh my god, 8 of them. That'll be a task for you, so go out and find your own iron source. You're going to need a lot of it in order to make steel. So yeah, that's going to be fun for you. And, well, fortunately for me, I am on creative mode and I'm just messing around a bit. So go ahead and get these to about welding and place them in your steel, oh no, not steel, wrought iron anvil. Go place them in your wrought iron anvil, which you've made with your double ingots that you made with your bronze anvil. So you're actually going to need another anvil, another anvil. And after you're done making steel, you're going to need another anvil. So go ahead and make a crap ton of steel when I actually teach you how to make it. So go ahead and weld these together, make yourself an anvil, and do whatever you would do with an anvil. You're going to need to make some double plates. So make those, and I'll be back. Remember to make these, because I'm not actually going to go through the process of making these. So I'll be right. So now that you have your 8, oh my god, 8 wrought iron double sheets, place them around your crucible in your crafting table. And now you have a blast furnace. So I'm going to teach you how to create this in the next little segment I have set up, because you can't actually place it on the ground like you would any other block. So yeah, that sucks. Anyways, I'll be back when I figure out how to use these things. So I actually did forget that you do need some fire bricks. So go ahead and make your clay fire bricks as I just showed you how, and you're going to need to fire these like you would any kiln item. So go ahead and, make some mortar, that's lime water and sand if you didn't know, and fire these bricks. You're going to have to fire them 4 at a time. I know it sucks, but haha, I'm on creative mode. No. But yeah, you will have to fire these in a pit kiln, so yeah, you can't put them in your forge, which really sucks. I wish you could, but you can't. So go ahead and put these things in a kiln, and I'll be back when you do. See you. So here are my completed bricks. You're gonna have to get these out like you would any other ceramic item, which kind of sucks. I know. Okay, so let's go ahead and craft these into a brick. You're going to need 5 of these. I actually did the crafting recipe wrong the first time to show you that it wouldn't actually do that. So you're gonna have to get another brick. I know it sucks. You have to do another load. So go ahead and don't spawn yourself in one. Actually make it. I get to spawn stuff in because I have special privileges with the video. Put your mortar in there, and there you go. You get 2 fire bricks. You're actually going to need 4 of these, so go ahead and make those, and I will be back. Don't worry, don't actually do this because this is just for decoration. I'll be right back when I actually figure out how to place. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to grab yourself any block. Any block will do, absolutely any. For now, I'm just going to use smooth basalt because, I'm a rebel. I might use something else. I don't know. I'm probably going to use smooth basalt. Okay, so go ahead and go up 2, and that's it. That's all you need. Just joking. Get your fire bricks and place them in a formation just like that. Okay, so now that you have your fire bricks placed down, you're going to need to put a crucible. You can put a forge under it. It is absolutely recommended that you put a forge under it. But then you're going to need some plates. Plates of any kind will work, I believe. So just grab some metal plates and place them around your structure, like this. If you don't do this, you will not be able to place your blast furnace, so be careful. You can attach a bellows to your blast furnace. You will actually need to, which is kind of, well, not coincidental in the slightest. So I'm going to figure out how this thing works, and I will be back. And that's not where you put charcoal, unfortunately. I'll be back. So go ahead and make your forge under the crucible. I attached a bellows, as you can see to the right. I believe you can still attach bellows to the forge, so that's okay. I was an idiot and middle clicked in TFC. That thing does not work quite in the least, so yeah, don't even try that. Okay, place 8 coal like you would any other time you're making a forge, and use your fire starter and light it. And you can place your charcoal in there like you would any other forge, because it is still a normal forge, and that will heat your crucible. You do not at all use the forge to heat the blast furnace. You use your fire starter in it to actually heat it. So you need iron ore, flux, and charcoal for this to work. So go ahead and throw your charcoal in, and I'll be back when I have flux and iron. Okay, I did realize you do need something. You're gonna need a toyer. To create a toyer, I believe you need a plate. I could be wrong, but I do believe you do need a plate, a rough iron plate. You can create a toyer of anything, but I just chose wrought iron because it's what I had on hand in my inventory, in NEI, you know, whatever. You can't make it out of just any plate. You're going to need a double plate. So yeah, go ahead and make your toyer, and that's it. That's all you need. So go ahead and grab your toyer and place it into the blast furnace, and I'll teach you how to create pig iron, which you need to create steel. Okay, here we go, and this is how you place ore into your blast furnace. So go into your inventory. You're going to need an equal to or greater amount of charcoal in the blast furnace at all times. So go ahead and place the equal amount of flux as ore in there too, and there you go. Now you have an ore in there. Each block of the chimney of blast furnace can only hold 4 ore, so be careful. And you just have to pump the bellows until you get your iron. It will drip down into the crucible, and that's where you can bring out your pig iron. Yay! Now we have our very first unshaped pig iron mold. So you're gonna have to wait until this hits a regular temperature that isn't liquid, and that way you can get it out of its mold. So yeah, that kind of sucks, but you have to keep pumping the bellows to get all of the metal out, and make sure you keep putting charcoal in it. That way it doesn't drop below the ore line. If it does that, you will no longer be able to smelt, and it will just most likely destroy your ore. So be careful and try not to get in too much trouble while doing this. So you have to keep the temperature way up. So I'll be back when I can pop this thing into an ingot. So here we go, into the crafting table. Put your ingot in there and grab your pingot. Yes, get your pingot out. Put it on your steel anvil and go ahead and make an ingot. And you're going to have to do this quite a lot of times because you're actually refining the metal into a higher state. So from pig iron, you go high carbon steel. From high carbon steel, you go steel. I don't think you can refine it any further unless you're actually using it in an alloy to create black steel, blue steel, or red steel. So steel is the highest you're going to get without actually creating any alloys other than bronze. So that's about as high as you're going to get without doing much else. So I might teach you guys how to create red steel and blue steel and black steel, but that's going to require a lot of preparation and work on my part, so it might be quite a bit later. Once you have your steel ingot, you can work it into whatever you want. I believe you're going to have to melt it back down into its liquid state via what's the word? Crucible, in order to use it in molds, other molds like the pickaxe molds and things. But you can work it into your tools by using an actual steel anvil. So you're going to have to create a steel anvil in order to create steel tools. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, favorite, all of those things. I will see you in the next one. Bye.